The Council on American Islamic Relations held a press conference in Tampa, Florida this morning to discuss the untimely death of Ibragim Todashev. Todashev was shot and killed by an FBI agent in Orlando, Florida on May 22nd while being questioned in connection with the Boston bombings. RT correspondent Anastasia Churkina brings us the latest.
The father of 27-year-old Ibragim Todashev, the Chechen man who was shot several times and killed by the FBI in his Orlando home on May 22nd during several hours of questioning in connection with the Boston bombings, arrived to Florida last week to seek answers to why the killing of his son took place and why the death is covered with a thick veil of secrecy by U.S. officials, since the circumstances and details of the case continue to remain murky almost 3 months after Ibragim died. Now, this Tuesday, the father, Abdulbaki Todashev, attended a joint press conference with the Council on American Islamic Relations, a prominent civil rights group that has been helping the family in this case since day one. It's important to keep in mind that after the killing of Ibragim took place, there have been plenty of conflicting reports on how exactly events unraveled. FBI officials had said that, quote, violent confrontation ensued inside Ibragim's home. Some said he was armed with a knife. Other reports suggested it was a broomstick, and some even said that the young man was not armed at all. We know, however, that he had serious knee surgery in the days leading up to his death and was barely able to move with crutches even. Now, the main goal of this latest press conference was to introduce Todashev's case to the public and to let people hear the father's story, as well as to see his determination to get answers to his son's killing in his own home. The father, Abdulbaki, has previously said he would go so far as to sue the FBI if he didn't get answers. In an interview with us, he had referred to what happened as an unprecedented intentional murder. This entire time after the killing, the FBI has been refusing to release autopsy results both to the family of the killed man and the public. This has been a cause for major outrage for the Todashev family, as well as organizations backing him up, such as CAIR and the American Civil Liberties Union. Both groups had demanded that the autopsy results be released, as well as an investigation conducted locally. This was initially denied by local authorities in Florida, saying they need to wait for the FBI to conduct their own federal investigation. It looks now that things have finally started to move forward, as the local Department of Justice in Florida is now participating in the investigation in conjunction with the feds. Both are reviewing the case, and CAIR, as well as Abdulbaki Todashev, the father, are waiting for tangible results and answers. A part of CAIR being part of Todashev's legal team, he now also has a high-profile attorney working on the case of his son's killing. The group CAIR has said that they intend to continue working closely on this case because of its serious civil rights implications. It's about due process of law, they say. The CAIR spokesman I discussed the details of the case with this morning says the group is firm in believing that people living in the U.S. should not be afraid of being shot and killed by authorities in their own home, moreover, without officials being held accountable. Now, the Florida chapter of CAIR has carried out their own independent investigation, but they will for now hold off on their results and findings while the Florida DOJ and the FBI continue their inquiry into Ibragim's death. But they say to them it's clear that Ibragim did not have to die. The young man's father, when he spoke to us, said if they wanted real answers from him, they would have kept him alive, of course. At today's press conference, Abdulbaki described his son as a very good boy who wanted to live. We met with Abdulbaki Todashev in Florida last week, and it's a very difficult time for him. He lost his firstborn, the oldest of 12 kids, and had to sell his personal belongings to seek justice for his son. He will likely have to travel a lot between the U.S. and Russia in the time to come, as he's here on a tourist visa, and this case is only in its first stages. Anastasia Churkina, RT, New York.